everyone, welcome. So glad you can join me this evening. It's our Tuesday Mahjong clinic. I can't wait to share all the information with you this evening. So here we go. So if you haven't already connected with me, I would love to connect with you. You can connect with me on Instagram at Mah Jongg Class, obviously here on YouTube, Facebook. If you type in Mah Jongg Class instructor, I come up. And if you like, you can check out my webpage, which is Mah Jongg Class. So just put that in Google and I should pop up. So again, welcome for joining us. Tonight we're going to talk about the different hands that you are able to change the numbers. So what lines are they? So why don't you grab your 2023 card, and we're going to go category by category, and we're going to discuss where we can change the numbers. I think people sometimes are very limited in their thinking, and they've just played things as it is written on the card, and we want to get our minds really moving and exercising. It's so good for your brain, and we want to look at new ways that we can make the card. If you're on tonight and you want to say hello to me, pop in and let me know where you are and say hi. I'm in New Jersey, and it's been good here, and we're getting excited for the beautiful weather that we're having. It's a little humid, but it's still beautiful. So let's start. I hope you grabbed your card. We're looking at the 2023 card. And we're going to look at the first category, 2023. In the 2023 category, there are no lines that you can change. It has to be as is. In the 2, 4, 6, 8 category, take a look at line number 2. And if you read over to the parentheses, I have it highlighted on my screen here. It says Kongs, any like even numbers. And we've talked about this hand before. But remember, the Kongs are 4 of a kind, so it's the group of 2s and 2s in the back. And they don't have to be 2s. You could change them to 4s and 4s, or 6s and 6s, or 8s and 8s, as long as they are like even numbers. I highlighted this, and I suggest you highlight that on your card so that you can also get a quick reminder that you can change those numbers. They don't have to be 2s and 2s. You might want to take a highlighter, which I would again suggest a Sharpie, linked below in the description. Or you might want to get teacher's tape and take it's removable tape that's like you can see through, and you can put that over it to help you. It's a great way to help you, remind you what hands you can change. In any like numbers, we have 2 lines where you can change the numbers. They don't have to be 1s. They can be any number from 1 to 9, but whatever number you choose, you have to carry it all the way through. So if this first group is 5s, you have to have a Kong of 5s, a pair of 5s, and a Kong of 5s in 3 different suits. Addition hands does not say this, but it only can be these numbers, and we can't change anything there. We're moving to the middle panel on the quints. Line number 1, we can change to any like numbers. So again, they don't have to be 1s. They could be 9s and 9s, 7s and 7s, whatever you like. Line number 2 has to be those numbers only. And line number 3, you can change those numbers to any 2 consecutive numbers. So instead of 1, 2, you can have 6, 7. And again, take your highlighter, and I'm talking about a Sharpie, and highlight them so that you can draw your attention to them. It doesn't have to be those numbers. In consecutive run, line number 1, as always, it says these numbers only. You cannot change them. Every other line on the card says you can have any run, any 2 consecutive numbers, any 5 consecutive numbers. Now, line number 5, people have always been asking about this. It's been going on since April, and people are still asking about it. Just because it doesn't say any 3 consecutive numbers, you still in this category, you always can change the numbers except for the first hand. If there was a limitation to this hand, they would have written it in the parentheses, and it would have said these numbers only. I've written here on my card any 3 consecutive numbers, and I highlighted it referencing line number 5. Moving on to the rest of the card of consecutive run, all of them can be changed. Again, you don't have to use the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can start with 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So keep that in mind. And 1, 3, 5, all the numbers have to be as printed. And then we're moving on to Winds and Dragons, the final panel on the top. In Winds and Dragons, line number 2, you can change the numbers. And the very last line in Winds and Dragons, you can change the numbers. It says any consecutive numbers. They have to be 2. Consecutive meaning they can be 7, 8 in 2 different suits. In 3, 6, 9, number 5, you can change Kongs 3, 6, or 9. So here, as it's printed, it's 3s and 3s, but they don't have to be 3s. They could be 6s and 6s or 9s and 9s. So again, highlight it with a Sharpie and give yourself some notification that these do not just have to be 3s. So you don't miss out on that hand if you happen to have a bunch of 9s. Singles and pairs, most of them have to be as printed, except line number 2 can be any 2 consecutive numbers. So again, it doesn't have to be 1, 2. It could be 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4 in 3 different suits. And line number 5 says any 7 consecutive numbers. So it could start with the number 1 or 2. It would be 2 to 8. Or 3, it would be 3 to 9. You can't have 4 because you won't have 7 consecutive numbers. The next thing we wanted to talk about with learning about where you can change the numbers is you have to practice that because it is so important to recognize that. And I think a lot of people miss out on that opportunity. So practice so your brain gets acclimated to where you can change the numbers. Most people, again, just play what's printed. So you're limiting yourself with words that you might say to yourself that, oh, I have to play it as is, and you're not looking what's in the parentheses. But if you highlight it or put the teacher's tape on it, it will help you. So you just have to believe you can, and you will learn it. So here's some suggestions on how to learn the different hands. You can take the card and put it in like a book at night that you read and take one category at a time and say it out loud so that you can remember it. You also want to maybe physically write it down with paper so that you are transferring it from your hand to your brain. You want to take a chunk of study time and practice. You do have to study. You can't just simply take lessons and then just think you're going to learn it. So you're going to imagine what you want to learn from each category, and then you're going to do steps 1 and 2 for that chunk of study time, and then maybe you have to correct yourself or make revisions on your notes that maybe you wrote down to make sure you understand it. Then step away for a few hours or even a day, and then come back and repeat the process again and see if you're learning it more and more. Number 4, you want to test yourself. You want to see if you're learning it. You know, practice playing and seeing if you can remember the hands that you can change the numbers. You can say, oh, I think I remember when I practiced that I can do line number 2 on 2, 4, 6, 8. It doesn't have to be 2s. And if you get it wrong, it's okay, because when you get something wrong, it teaches you, as long as you correct it, that it'll help you remember it right next time. Number 5, you want to change the way you practice. So again, you do steps 1 and 2, you've done them for like a month and you're like, I'm still not getting it. Maybe you want to try laying out the tiles on your table and building the hands so that you have textile and you can touch them, and then again it'll go to your brain and help you remember it. Once you do that, maybe you want to change the condition again on how you're learning and try going on ilovemahj, which you know is my favorite platform to play on. And they have a great section called the exercise room where you can build the hands. So you can manipulate the tiles and build the hands. I'll show you quick tonight what that looks like. So then you want to repeat the steps over and over until you get faster at it and you feel more comfortable with the card. Number 6 says exercise regularly, and that means healthy-wise. That means going out and taking a walk, stepping away from the computer, getting into nature, getting the fresh air into your brain, oxygen into your brain, and it'll improve your memory and you'll feel better. Number 7 is always get good rest. And again, that might be taking a break from whatever you're doing. Maybe you take a nap, or just pause and take some deep breaths. You want to step away and regroup yourself. When you're sleep deprived, we all know our memory is not that great. Number 8, I don't want you to take my job away from you because I am teaching you, but if you teach somebody else to play Mahjong and you teach them the card, you become more aware of the card. Teach your grandkids, teach your spouse, teach your daughter, teach your son, or a friend. I think it's great to do that, and you'll have a friend to play with. So if you teach somebody, you learn it. I always say in April when I learn the card, I learn it because I keep teaching my new card workshop where I learn the card that way. And number 9, associate by learning. So if there's something on the card that maybe you knew from last year, say, oh, this looks similar to last year's hand, and you just have to tweak it a little bit, and you have to do this, because when you do that in the game, you'll remind yourself of retrieval from a memory, and it helps you store it better in your brain. You have better memory storage. And I didn't put this on here, but I was just thinking, today I was teaching someone, she called the wrong grouping. She was a beginner person, and she called the wrong grouping. She needed a Kong instead of a Pung. And this goes back to a previous video that I just posted up there about learning patterns. If she had learned the pattern of Pung, Kong, Pung, Kong, it might have helped her retrieve the fact that she needed a Kong rather than a Pung. So take a look at that patterns video. That also helps you learn the hands. So let's get on to ilovemahj. And I want to show you the exercise room where you can build the hands, and then we're going to play some games tonight. I wanted to also, if you're on here, if you haven't subscribed to me, click the subscribe button below. And also when you click subscribe, click the arrow and then click all so that you get notifications when I go live or I post new videos. Oh, let me pop on here. Hi, Laura. Laura says, thank you for the reminder that you can use different numbers. She forgets sometimes. Yeah, Laura, I agree with you. That's why I said to highlight them or put the teacher's tape. If you're looking for the teacher's tape in the description below of the video, you can pull that up and just click on it and it'll bring you right to it. Thanks, Laura. So click below and subscribe. I really would appreciate it. That helps me out. And then on ilovemahj, if you choose to check it out over there and do the exercise, which I encourage you to do, instead of getting 2 weeks, I have a 3-week code. Put in the code CB and you'll get 3 weeks instead of 2. If you decide to join, or if you are renewing your membership, put in the code CB so that I get credit, so that the guys over there know that you're following me, and they reach out and tell me everyone who comes on. So put in CB. Hi, Evelyn. Oh, Evelyn's from King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. Wow, nice. They have a beautiful mall over there. I have some friends that live over there. It's not too far from me, probably about an hour and a half or so. Again, if you need to get in touch with me, the best way is through email. If you want to email me, I'd be happy to answer any questions. But connect with me, follow me, and I'm sure there's always something that you're going to learn. And thank you for supporting me. So let's pop over to I Love Maj. On I Love Maj, we're going to do play and game launch. We're going to come down to the exercise room, and we're going to start making a hand. You can do it in sequential order, or you can do it random order. And tonight, let's do random order, and we're going to hit Start Exercise. And I'm going to actually change this section. I want to just do, for tonight, I just want to talk about consecutive run, because I think this is most important for everybody to do that. So here in consecutive run, I forgot we did random, but that's okay. We're going to start with line 4. And I think this is the best practice to help your memory and your brain. Instead of doing it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we're going to pick a different number to start with, and then we're going to build it that way. So let's start with the number 4. And we need to have a single 4, and then it's the same color, so we have to use the same suit. And so we need a pair of 5s, it's consecutive numbers. We need a pung of 3s, but really not 3s, we're doing the number 4, 5, 6. So we need a pung of 6s. And then we need a kong of 7s in a different suit. And then finally, we need a different suit because it changes color. And we need the next consecutive number, which I'm having a hard time doing because I'm looking at here, but we need the number 8. And we need the suit of BAMs. And before I click validate, I just want to talk briefly about jokers. So you cannot use a joker in the single tile. You cannot use a joker in the pairs. But you're more than happy to use jokers in the 3s, the 4s, and the 5s. In the 3s here, you can use up to 3 jokers, in the 4s up to 4, and in the 5s up to 4. So down here, let's just repeat it. No joker in the 4, no joker in the pair of 5s. You may use a joker here in the 6s up to 3, and you can use jokers in the 7s up to 4, and in the 8s up to 4. So let's validate. And we move on to the next hand. The next one is line number 5, and that's the one that I had mentioned. It doesn't say in the parentheses that you have to use 3 consecutive numbers, but you can use any 3 consecutive numbers. So let's use a different grouping of numbers. Let's try the number, let's do the number 6. So you need 2 flowers, a kong of 6s, we need 4. We have to switch suits because it switches color. So let's do number 7. That's the next consecutive number. And then finally, our final suit, we use BAMs and dots. We have to use cracks, and it has to be the number 8 because that's the consecutive number. I'm going to do one more of this, and then we'll move on for this evening. Consecutive run, line number 3, it's all one color, so it must be all one suit. You need 2 flowers, the number that you choose, and let's choose the number 3 tonight. We need a kong. The next consecutive number is number 4. We need a kong. And then we have to remember what the matching dragon is to the cracks. Remember, cracks are primarily red, so it's the red dragon, and you need a kong of red dragons. In each of these groupings, except for the flowers, you may use jokers. No jokers in the pair. So let's validate. Now you can try this again. If you hit try again, you can change the numbers and do 2 flowers, And we can start with the number, let's see, let's do the number 5. And we need 4 of them. The number 6, 4 of them. And the green dragon. We need 4. And we'll validate. We're going to move on and we're going to go to play live now. Let's get out of this, so we'll exit. But my point to you is take a category and practice, especially consecutive run, and practice making it with different numbers, because again, it goes into your memory and then it'll be easier next time when you play. Again, don't spend so much time doing it, because after a while it isn't helpful. It would be good to do it for a little bit, walk away several hours later, come back, do the same category or do a different category. Maybe a couple days later, come back to it. You'll get better at it, I promise you. Let's exit. And then we're going to scooch up into game launch, and we're going to play with bots, and we're going to do the official game, and we're going to launch. We're not going to be open to live games because I'm teaching tonight. We're going to start our game, and we're going to sort by suit. And tonight we have a pair of 6s. That's all we have. We don't have any other pairs. So we can use 6s in many categories, and you just have to see what's supporting in your hand. Your category you choose isn't going to be wrong. It's going to be right for you at the moment. If I pick this same tiles a week from now, I might see a different category, or I might choose to play a different category. We're going to build on our 6s, so we can play 2, 4, 6, 8. We have no 4s. We could play 6, 7, 8. We have 1 flower. We need 2 or more. We can play a run. We can forego the 6s and play like 5, 6, 7, and play with east and west. So I'm going to build around the 6s right now. I don't think I'm going to play 2, 4, 6, 8 because there's a gap of a 4. So there's a gap of a 4. So I'm going to get rid of my 2. I'm going to get rid of the 1. I'm going to keep all the high numbers. And I don't think I'm going to be playing wins. And in consecutive run, the dragons always have to match. There is no opposite dragons. So at this point, I'm going to just give away 1 west. We can sort again. We picked up an 8, so let's keep all the upper numbers. Let's get rid of the east, the red, and maybe the 5. Let's see where this brings us. We got low numbers, so let's get rid of all of them. This is our first left. On the first left, if we decided that we did not want to pass all 3 of these, we can hold back whatever we want, and then we would hit pass, and then it would become a blind pass where the tiles from my right, which is coming into me, I'll take 2 blind and put them over here so Agatha gets her tiles. But I don't need to do that tonight. I'm going to give her 3. Sort again. And no new pairs yet, but we're getting there. Let's continue.
Second Charleston.
So I want to use the 6. So I'm going to get rid of the 1. I think I'm going to get rid of the 6. And then I want to play like 6, 7, 8. So I don't think we're going to go up to the number 9. We got that east and west back. We don't want it. Oh, now we did get a pair of 7s. So we can get rid of the 2, the 4, and I don't believe we're going to use these green dragons. Let's get rid of one of them.
Courtesy pass.
We got another 7, which I don't think is going to help us, but we can do 3 tiles for sure. We have the 1, the red, and the green. We have 3 tiles that we aren't interested in, and We don't make a decision until these are gone. So we're in the game, and so we're going to just get going and start with the 1 dot. You always want to prioritize your discards to ones that you really know you're not going to use and ones that you may.
Call. 1 crack. Red. Flower.
I always find it amazing how they come out of the gate with putting up
East. Call.
their grouping. Here's Agatha with the East. She must be playing East and West. We can keep 7, 8, 9, 6, 7. I don't think we're going to use this green.
Green. 5 bam. West. Call. 5 crack.
So she's playing some sort of East and West, 3 each. So that could be line number 1 or line number 2.
Red. 7 dot.
Not sure what hand I'm playing, so I'm not calling. If you don't know what hand you're playing, just don't call to put up an exposure.
South. 9 dot. 2 crack. Call. 1 dot.
Oh, Joe's got a pung of 2s with a joker, so let's remember that.
4 bam. 2 bam. 8 dot. 5 dot.
A joker, let's get rid of the 9.
Bam. 4 dot.
I don't think we're going to use this 8.
8 dot. 2 dot.
We got our flower.
8 bam. 3 dot. 7 crack. 3 crack.
East.
2 dot. 7 bam. 2 bam. 9 bam. Flower. Green. 9 bam. 1
Nothing's coming in for us.
green. 7 bam. 9 dot. 6 crack. 1 crack. 9 dot.
Oh, nice jokers.
9 crack.
So I think we're playing that basic hand of 6, 7, 8.
Call. 8 bam.
Oh, he's playing the winds hand, line number 1. Okay, 8 dot. So there is 2 8 dots out, so we would have to use 2 jokers for the 8 dots. 7 cracks. Let's see, the 7 cracks. They're not out, or 6 bams. So I'm going to play 6, 7, 8. I'm going to get rid of the 8 crack, although we might be in competition with Wes. Let's see what's going on here.
8 crack. 5
Oh, he's probably playing 3, 6, 9.
1 crack. 1 bam. So 7 bam. 5 crack. 2 bam.
We're going to do a joker exchange. Don't forget your jokers. You'll be really upset if you forget them. So we're going to get rid of the 7 dots.
7 dot.
And I'm ready to call for anything that goes out.
1 bam. 7 dot. 3 crack. 4 bam. 9 dot. 1 crack.
I can't get over all the jokers I have. The 9 bam, nobody's interested in.
9 bam. 4 bam. 2 bam. Joker swap.
Oh, Agatha got the joker. I bet you Agatha's going to win.
8 crack. So 4 bam. 5 bam.
4 dot, no one's interested.
Joker swap. Mahjong.
Oh, he got his Mahjong. Wes got Mahjong. He got 3, 6, 6, 9. And it's line number 1 in 2 different suits. That's that pung kong pattern. Joe was playing 2, 4, 6, 8 in 2 different suits. He had a long way to go. He did not have the 8s. And we were in competition with the 6s. Agatha was playing line number 1 north, 3 east, 3 west, and 4 south. She had a long way to go. It's crazy that we had 4 jokers and we weren't able to win, but we were in a little bit of competition with Joe looking for our 6 bams, and so we were kind of a little stuck here. That's okay. Moving on. Congratulations to Wes.
First Charleston.
We're going to sort by suit, and we're going to look for our pairs, and we have no pairs, but we have a lot of 2, 4, 6, 8s. So let's do a 2, 4, 6, 8 hand, and we'll get rid of everything that's not a 2, 4, 6, or 8. And you just keep plugging away. So we have to make a little bit of a decision here. I don't believe we're going to use the dragons. If you look at the dragons in 2, 4, 6, 8, line number 5 and line number 6. Line number 5 would be 2 and 8 with opposite dragons, which we don't have that. And line number 6 is all dots with flowers and dragons. So I'm going to get rid of the dragon. Sort again. Now we have pairs of 6s. We can play all one suit. You can play, we could even look at in singles and pairs, line number 4, that's a 2, 4, 6, 8 hand. I know we have 1 joker, but we can always get rid of it. We're missing some flowers. So let's get rid of this 4 and 8 in the middle here. We received nothing, so we'll continue and get rid of that. Nothing, all odds. We picked up another 2. If we're going to play the 2, 4, 6, 8 hand in singles and pairs, we don't really need that 2, but I'm going to keep it because I'm not sure exactly what hand I'm going to play. I'm only going to pass 2 tiles. This is the last right. You can do a blind pass here. So I'm putting up 2. I'm going to take 1 from Agatha and bring it over. The computer's going to do that for me. And then the 2 that are left on the table, I'm going to pick up and put in my hand. You can only have 13 tiles at one time.
Courtesy pass.
I'm going to do 2 because I don't want the west or the 1.
Flower.
And so we're into the game already.
Call. Flower.
It'd be wonderful if we could play the closed hand in singles and pairs.
West.
We have to watch the tiles going out. All the 2 dots are out or attempting to go out.
Green. Flower. Call. 5 crack.
Oh boy, look at all those flowers.
1 crack.
We have a new pair.
7 crack.
I don't think we'll use it, so we'll probably get rid of it.
Call. 1 crack.
Can anybody tell me what hand Joe's playing?
6 crack.
We're not going to use this 4.
4 crack. 3 dot.
So Joe can be playing 2 hands.
North. 3 bam.
He could either be playing line number 6 in 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, the second half, or he could be playing line number 7 in consecutive run. He could be playing 7, 8, 9.
North. Red. 3 bam. North. 6 bam.
So my hand is not going anywhere fast. So, and I have 2 jokers. I think I'm going to let this 6 go because if I call that, then I'm committed to all 1 suit. So I'm going to ignore it and keep going.
6 dot.
Of course, now we get the flower. We can still see if we can play that. We can get rid of jokers. There's no harm in getting rid of them. I know it doesn't make anybody happy. Oh, all the flowers are almost out. If 1 more flower goes out, we're not going to be able to play this hand. Oh, we're getting a lot of 2s. We can play 2, 4, 6, and 8, which is line number 2. Or we can play 2 with 4, 6, and a bunch of 8s. Then we need all the flowers. Or you can play all bam suit. Well, let's get rid of the 4 dot.
4 dot call, 7 dot.
Huh.
5 crack. 6 crack. 9 bam. 4 crack. 1 bam. 9 crack.
Oh, we got the 8. So let's play 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's get rid of the flower. Laura just popped on and she said play like numbers. Laura, I don't know if I want to do that. I want to try to use all of my groupings. So I have a pung of 2s, a pair of 6s, a pair of 6s, and a pair of 8s. I'm going to play 2, 4, 6, 8. So yes, I am going to give up on one pair, but I'd rather do that. If I just play 6s with like numbers, that means I'm giving up on the 8s and the 2s. Let's get rid of this flower.
Flower. 4 crack. 5 crack. 7 dot. 2 crack. 1 dot. 3 dot. South. 3 crack. 9 bam.
Gotta remember this 4 dot is available and the white dragon.
Mahjong.
Oh, geez, no worries. Joe took care of that for us. So Joe was playing consecutive run 7, 8, 9, 9. So that's a cute hand, but now you can see where you can use 9s and 9s. You can use 9s and 9s on line number 7 in consecutive run, and in 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, line number 6. Wes was playing 4, 5, 4, 5, repeating numbers, consecutive run, line number 6. Agatha was playing 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh, look at that. She had no 2s. That's crazy. She was bluffing me here with putting up the white dragons. She was playing 2 and 8 with green and white. She had a lot to go yet. I kind of liked our hand. Again, we just didn't have enough time. Joe obviously had all the tiles from the get-go. So it was a good hand to play. Let's start our next game.
First Charleston.
Sort by suit. And no pairs. Yikes, do have a bunch of jokers. So do we have any runs here? We're missing a 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4, 5, 6, 7. So maybe we can play some kind of wind with a run. Or we can play like numbers. Let's get rid of the 4s and just keep... I like this. We could do like a 7, 8, 9. Maybe get rid of the 6 and this 4 and keep all the upper numbers. Let's see. Of course, we just got rid of the 6. We can get rid of the 1, the 8, and I'm going to get rid of the 6 again. Although we could keep 6s. Maybe we could play a quint with 6s because we know 1 6 just went out. Let's get rid of the 5. We got the 5. They just like playing games with me. We can get rid of the 8. Oh, that's another pair. Whoops, I almost missed that. We have a pair of 8s. 5, 7. And I'm going to get rid of this 6. We'll continue. Get rid of the 8, the 4, and this 6. The 5, the 8. Maybe we should just play Wind's hand with all the wins. We could do that. Let's get rid of the 8. A 5, a 3, and a 9. Maybe the wins are all coming to us tonight.
Courtesy pass.
Nice, we got a West. We have 3 to get rid of. The 8, the 3 bam, and the 3 crack.
8 crack.
So we're in pretty good shape. We are missing norths. So we could play 4 flowers, 1 north, 2 east, 3 west, and 4 south. might be an option. We
flower,
can see if we get any more flowers. Oh, we are loaded with the jokers.
3 bam, soap, 1 bam, flower, 7 crack, flower,
Oh my. I was hoping we'd get our own flower back. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to ignore it.
1 crack, 5 crack, 3 bam, 8 dot, 1 dot, 9 crack,
Oh, an east.
5 dot, 9 bam,
I don't think we need that east.
crack,
Oh, another east. Maybe we're playing a different hand.
8 bam, red, call,
That's why you don't call, because we had no idea. Maybe we're playing north with east and west and south. 3 souths.
north,
I'm gonna let it go. I don't want to put it out there because as soon as you put it out there, you know everybody knows the hand you're playing. All right, this would only be using, I'm only going to put 3 up, so let's call for a natural.
call,
And now we're 1 away from Mahjong. Maybe tonight will be our night.
3 crack,
So I'm playing line number 1, the second half.
8 crack, north,
We have Mahjong because we can use this joker over here. So I'm going to call for Mahjong. Finally, yay for us. And we got that fast. And again, tonight's a joker night for me. I got 4 jokers. I think the other one I had 4 or 5, so that's crazy. Okay, moving on. Let's look at Wes's hand. He was playing consecutive run, line number 4. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He had a long way to go. Joe was playing 2023 with the Dragons. I don't know if I would have played that, but he has a lot of 2s. I would hate to give up on all the 2s. Consecutive run for Agatha, line number 4. She was playing 3, 4, 5, 6, and I guess 7. She didn't have the opposite 7. I don't know why she picked this when she's missing a whole group, but for her to figure out. Okay, let's start our next one.
first Charleston,
Sort by suit. 2 flowers, and then we have the number 3, a pair of 3s. We can play 2023, however we have no white dragon, but we could think about it. We could also play like 1, 3, 3, 5. So let's keep the low odds and get rid of the upper numbers. But we have 7s. That's okay. We're going to get rid of one of them. We got a 5. We can get, oh, and a 1. That's perfect. Let's keep all the odds. Let's get rid of this 2. And I'm going to go with this 9. Actually, let me take that 9 back. I'm going to go with this 9. And maybe this 7. The 8, nope, we're going to keep the 1 dot, the 9, and the north. We're keeping all low numbers. We got the 3, so we can continue. We're going to get rid of the 7, the 8, and the 9. The south and the 9, and let's look at the hands. There was one little hand I was thinking about. Line number 6 in 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. It's 4 flowers. We can do 1 and 3 with 5 and 5. Or we can do 1, 3, 3, 5. I don't really like that because we have flowers. And I would like to use these 1s. We could also play line number 3, flowers, 1, 3, 5. Let's get rid of this 3. I don't think we talked about that at all. Oh, we got a 5. That's nice. So we can go north 9, and we could do 1, 3, 5. That looks good. Line number 2, 1, 3, 5. However, I also like that 1, 3, 5, 5. So let's get rid of this 5.
Courtesy pass.
And there's the 5 dot that we just got rid of. That's so funny. But we did pick up another 1. So let's do 1, 3, 5. I think that's our best choice. And let's pass 3 tiles. So we're going to pass the 1. Actually, let's keep the 1. No, let's get rid of the 1, the 8, and the 5 crack. Because if we get back the 5 dot and we get some 1s, we can always play 3s. We can always play 1 bam, 3 bam, 3 dot, 5 dot. So that's a good pass.
9 crack.
But we got the 5 dot back. So I'm going to wait and see how this all plays out and what actually I end up with. It's going to be interesting.
8 crack. So, call, flower. 3 crack.
Oh, another 5 dot.
6 crack. 2 dot. 2 crack. North.
3 crack. We can always change 1 bam, 3 crack, 5 dot, because we have more 5 dots now.
6 bam. 3 crack.
Oh, there goes a 3 crack. Another 5. Let's get rid of the 3 crack.
2 dot. 5 crack. 3 crack.
Oh, I just realized I have 1 bams and 5 bams. That's not correct. We can always change to alike numbers. I probably shouldn't have got rid of the 5.
Red. 5 crack. 9 crack.
3, 4, 5. So this is bams and this is bams. I made a mistake. I forgot that these were bams. And so we want to optimize here. So we need to change suits. Anybody have a suggestion to get me out of this pickle? So we have 3, 4, 5 in one suit. I think we're going to have to go with that because I think I made a mistake with these ones. So pop it in the chat if you have any suggestions on what hand I should play with this mess I've created. We can do like numbers with 5s, but we're missing the 5 cracks, and I think 2 went out. Yeah, 2 went out, so we need some big jokers. Or we can play 3, 4, 5 in dots. I don't think there's another hand we can play. I was trying to play line number 3, but I forgot the 1 bam is a bam, and I matched it to the 5 dots. So we actually need a crack, maybe 3 crack, and there's 2, 3 cracks out, so that's not going to work. So what are we going to do, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to get rid of the 1s.
1 bam.
And see if we get like numbers, maybe, if we get some jokers.
1 dot.
We need a lot.
9 crack. 1 bam. 3 dot.
I'm not calling for anything because I have no idea what I'm playing right now. Trying to do a rescue here.
8 dot. 6 crack. 6 bam. Flower.
Oh, we got a 2. We can do flowers with a run.
1 bam. 5 crack. 1
There's the closed hand, but the white dragon's over here, so I don't think we're playing that. We could play 3, 4, this line 7 with flowers, 3, 4, 5, 5, but we need different 5s. We can get rid of this green.
Green. Call. 8 bam.
Oh, Joe's playing Pungs of Dragons.
1 crack. 8 dot. 5 bam.
I don't know which one I'm playing, so I'm not going to call for the fives.
7 crack. 4 dot.
Need a joker.
Bam. 1 dot.
There's my joker. 3, 4, 5, 5. We need a lot though. We could play flower 3, 4, 5. Let's get rid of this 2.
5 crack. Joker swap. Flower. 9 dot. South. 9 dot. 7 dot. 6 crack.
3, 4, 5, 6. These 4s. Let's get rid of this flower.
Flower. 1 bam. 4 bam. 1 crack. 9 crack. 2 crack. Mah Jongg.
Joe put us out of our misery. He was playing East and West with Pungs of Dragons, which was very nice. And West was playing 2 flowers and consecutive runs 7, 8, 9. And Agatha was playing 2, 4, 6, 8. She had a long way to go. She's not having a good night, that Agatha. Okay, we're going to move on to one more game.
First Charleston.
We're going to sort by suit. We have 3 flowers. And we have 4s. Maybe we can play like numbers. We can keep 4s and get rid of the upper numbers. Nine, 4, 5, 4, 5 we could play. I don't know why I'm keeping the wins, but we'll see what happens. I was thinking 3, 4, 5. We could play winds and dragons. Let's just keep the 4s.
Second Charleston.
So here's a little run with East and West, but that doesn't help. We have a pair of 4s here. We don't need 2 dragons, but we can keep them and get rid of these and play with the 4s. We never picked up another 4.
Courtesy pass.
We have 3 to pass. I was just thinking, I forget about those addition hands. I don't know if I ever had an 8. We could have played the flowers with 4s and 4s plus 4 plus 4 equals 8. I don't think I had an 8. I'd have to go back and look at it. So right now I'm thinking like numbers.
Flower. 9 bam. 9 crack.
We'll see if we get a wind. Maybe we can play quint.
7 dot. 2 crack. 6 dot. 3 bam. 3 dot. 2 crack. East. 1 bam. 2 bam.
I don't think we're going to play with those winds. We could play 3, 4. We can play quint. We can play 3, 4. Line number 3 for the quint. Let's get rid of the winds. Although there's East and West, the bottom hand, but then that means getting rid of all the flowers. Let's get rid of 1 red.
So. 9 crack. 1 bam.
Now we got another flower. We can play that bottom quint hand. Have a little fun, see if we can make it. We can do 3, 4. Let's get rid of this.
7 crack. 8 dot.
Somebody else must be playing winds. I haven't seen any winds go out. We already have our 4 flowers. There's the first 3. I can't call it yet.
4 dot. 5 crack. 6 dot. 3 crack. 3 bam. 1 crack. Call. 9 dot. 6 crack. Call. North. North.
Guess nobody's playing
2
wins.
dot. Call. North. West.
I'm gonna get rid of my wins now.
8 bam. West.
Oh, we're getting lots of jokers. Maybe we can play, like I said, that quint.
Red.
An 8.
8 crack. 7 crack. Green. South.
2 bam. Wonder if Ag's playing 1 2 1 2, but she doesn't need a 2 bam.
2 bam. 3 crack. 7 bam. 1 crack.
We could keep the 5 in case we want to do 4 5.
8 crack. 4 dot. 7 crack. 8
I don't think any 5 dots are out yet.
So 4 bam.
Oh, let's do 4 5 because that's going in the better direction there. So we can get rid of this 3.
East.
I'm playing the quint. I'm playing the bottom quintan.
2 bam. 8 dot. 4 crack.
Okay, let's call for that. We'll do a quint on that.
Call.
It's a little rough putting 2 jokers out, but you got to do what you got to do.
3 dot. Joker swap. South.
Oh, somebody got my joker already.
8 crack. 4 dot. East. Joker swap. 5 dot.
Oh, I wanted that joker. Oh, so we can't call the 5 dot now. Yikes.
North. 3 crack.
We need another joker. Oh, we got it. Here we go.
Joker swap.
And now we're 1 away from Maj.
5 dot.
There you go. We got it. How exciting. We got line number 3 in the quint. That's very exciting.
Mahjong.
So all those jokers tonight finally paid off for me. I got a quint. I used them properly and was able to get a quint with 4 5. So that makes me happy. Let's see. Wes was playing 5 6 7 8 9, which is consecutive run at the first line. Joe was playing 5 6 5 6, repeating numbers, line number 6. And Aggie was playing, she was playing that 1 2 1 2, which is also repeating numbers. So this is a great way to end tonight. I just think I'm going to end on this good note of playing a quint. Remember that you can change the numbers. That quint says 1 2. I played it 4 5. Try to wrap your brain around using different numbers. Practice it on downtime. Read over the card. Go back and look at the tips I gave you. It's very helpful to try to get your brain to recognize a different pattern, and it's so good for you to have brain exercise. Make sure you rest and get plenty of exercise and breathe that fresh oxygen. And I hope you enjoyed this evening, and give me a thumbs up below if you enjoyed it. Next week, I will not be available. I have a family obligation, but I will be posting a video. And I think you're going to like it. So tune in next week at 6:30, and a new video will come out. And it's about switching hands and how you can find the relationship with the categories. So I hope you'll enjoy it. And again, as always, put comments below, email me, and it's been a pleasure. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Take care.